Unbiased Trades here, and today we're going to be going over June trading review. It was actually a pretty good month, surprisingly. I didn't think I traded that much, but actually looking back, I traded quite a lot. So let's just get into this. So here's the calendar view. You can see I only had one red day. There were a lot of losses in between these days because there was a decent amount of trades, like 5, 3, 2, 2. A lot of two trades more later in the month, but at the beginning, there was a couple 5-day trades. Um, so I don't think I really suffered too much from over trading as much. We'll get into the mistakes view, and you'll be able to see all the mistakes I've labeled. But yeah, really not many red days. Very surprising, to be honest. Some of these days weren't very big at all. Like if you follow my Twitter, some of them was like 0.1 or 0.2, like just about break even. So yeah, they may show green here, but there were a couple break even days. Stats. So you can see the biggest profit was 10R, which I'm very happy about. It's a incredible R return, especially for the kind of strategies I do. But I have been adjusting and trying to hold longer. So we've been seeing the benefits of that. Biggest loss though was minus 4R. I think that was on two trades, and I just oversized them. I was impatient. They were forced. Obviously the goal is always to get that biggest loss smaller and identify those mistakes and really refine them. But you're always going to have your biggest loss. There'll always be one. So yeah. Profit and loss ratio 2.2 to 1. Really happy with this. I think it's great. That's what I aim for. So I'm very happy with that. Average on winners is about 3R. So this is really high. Like before it was about 1.7, I think, or just about 2. Obviously this doesn't take into account locate fees because TraderSync doesn't have that at the moment. But I know with my Excel tracking, it's I think it's not free, it's about like 2.4 or something, so it's still a good increase. But obviously this looks a bit better being at 3R, but yeah, it's more about 2.4R. Average on losers 1.3. Also take into account there'll be locate fees, so the average loser was actually about 1.6. Didn't have many losers, so that's kind of why it seems a bit higher than normal. I think if it was more spread over, it wouldn't have been that high. But there were just a couple big losses, and yeah, we see that with the minus 4 as the biggest loss. Return wise, we got 66% win rate. Very close to my Excel tracking. My Excel tracking I think was about 60 or 62. So yeah, not bad. I more aim for 70 to towards 80 as the ideal, but it's not terrible for summer months. We can see the biggest profit was 23%, biggest loser was 14%. If you're into percentages for that, I don't really use percentages, but if you guys are, you can see them all here. We can see that average percent on losers was minus 5%, on winners it was about 8%. So you can see not double, but just okay there. Definitely took way more shorts than longs, but still had, I think, one or two longs, really. I really don't think there was that many. 51 total trades and 34 total winners and 17 losers. So you can see, like, I still took a decent amount of trades. That's quite a lot, to be honest. I think my average is about 30 to 40 trades a month, depending on what month it is, obviously. But I was surprised. I really didn't think I traded that much. I tried to take my time as much as possible. I even took some days off. I really didn't do much. So I'm definitely surprised by this. Then just some more stats here. So we got the hold time, average hold time 1 hour. You can see I've really been trying to just hold things for longer. And then average loser time is 46 minutes. The reason this is high is because sometimes we're going to get something that curls up in the afternoon and I'll just cut it for a very small loss. So I think that's probably why it is so high, because normally it isn't 46 minutes, at least from what I remember. So yeah, this is, I think, a bit skewed, but the average winner time I think is pretty accurate. It's about an hour. Now this is the TraderSync mistakes performance report. I love seeing it like this. You can see that you've made money with some mistakes, and no mistake really should ever be like I should be doing that mistake, but it is interesting to see. And then I put my top 3 mistakes here, so you can see forced trades over this month. I lost about 16R due to that, so that's a huge priority for me. Oversizing, same one. It's always been there. It's been a difficult one for me to fix, mainly because I think if I switch to like DAS or something where I couldn't really oversize because you can use the scripts, then that would be amazing. But at the moment, that isn't a possibility for me. So I just got to work on the mental and make sure I'm keeping my sizing in check. And then emotional is pretty much hand and linked with oversizing, so a lot of this probably overlaps, but it's minus 10R. Keep in mind a lot of these mistakes, they're normally stacked together, so it's not I've lost, like 30 R just with these mistakes. They are stacked, but it's just a general view. You can see what one's like the top biggest, and we can clearly see that early entry is also a big issue. Forced trades, oversizing, all of these are a pretty big issue for me to still fix. They've been consistent issues for me. I have gotten a lot better at them. They just haven't disappeared. They haven't completely gone, but I have gotten a lot better. They used to completely cripple like my profit, but now they're they're taking chunks, but they're not taking the whole chunk. And then the main focus is, so I'm gonna try to arrive an hour before market open. I consistently do that anyway, but to keep that up. And then the only 30 minutes after the market open. I don't want to be there really for market open. I feel like I force the most trades at market open. I want to leave it, 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I can get a way better judge of what the stock wants to do. So I think this is a big part for it, especially for summer months where it can be slower. Focus even more on coding to filter out these forced trades. I think that's helped a lot, is have different kind of passion projects to do on the side, try and do my own things. And that's been filtering out like the need to just trade, on anything. Take more days off. It's amazing weather here today in England. It's sunny. I really like skateboarding, so I'm just gonna try and do that as much as possible and get even into more in better shape, and then just keep size small for the summer. There's no point going into a drawdown this summer. Just kind of keep it small. Try and take some good trades. I am already on very small size for the summer. I cut it down. I think I'm on like 1/3 size pretty much. So I think this month we about returned 38R or something, 37, something like that. Probably after locates, probably like 30R, or even less, like 28 or something, 27. Which is still really good, but I am on small size, so don't think I'm making millions, but yeah, no, I'm happy with the progress at the moment. Just gotta kind of keep it up, and it's weird. The more I focus on trading, the kind of worse I do sometimes. So it's a weird balance. I'm just trying to keep it close enough, but also not too close so that I don't, kind of get in my way and fuck it up. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you got any questions, leave them below. I still am doing my Stockbot service. I'll leave the link in the description, and it's the main video on my YouTube channel. If you're interested in pulling end of day data or charts that you can take easy screenshots of, then just read the Twitter thread, and it gives you all the info you need. I am planning to add more to that, so there are some updates coming on that. I'm going to add a way to pull a lot of tickers using gap percentage as parameters, and I will be taking recommendations for any columns you guys would want into that Excel file. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.